how the horses store at horses.land. There's a sword, some t-shirts, and a notebook. They're all shipping now. Thank you. We destroy everything. What do we do? This is one of the many ideas explored in the works of Friedrich Nietzsche. The answer he once supplied to this question was the Übermensch, the man who is greater than mankind, the next evolution of the human race. The concept of the Übermensch has been studied, interpreted, manipulated over and over. It is almost impossible to distill effectively into a single sentence. The Übermensch is both apocalyptic and aspirational, both dangerous and human. If nothing else, it is. For those feeling like they are lost in the forest of life, Nietzsche's Übermensch provide an escape route in some direction. That direction is to be fiercely, belligerently, violently independent. To truly be your own individual in a world so ready to crudely thrust every human being into some pre-existing classification. But this description defies the totality of the Übermensch. It is productive. So, let's explore the idea more meaningfully. A biographical work on Nietzsche would be its own pursuit. For our purposes, we will just say that he was a German-born philosopher active in the latter half of the 19th century. During this time, he developed the concept at hand, that of the Übermensch. But for its most true genesis, we can look at the ancient work
Bon voyage,
of the
47.
writer Lucy, who discussed a hyper with a superior, some superhuman figure, which is not entirely irrelevant to Nietzsche. Even more direct is the link to Ralph Waldo Emerson's 1841 essay called The Oversoul. In this work, he presents the idea that the unified soul of humanity could ascend beyond the highest
Welcome
reaches
to the
of
Maldives.
mankind.
Intel tells us
Emerson
that there
and
are
Nietzsche are
syndicate members in the
diametrically
area.
opposed in many
I
ways,
trust
which
that
has
you
led
can find
researchers
them
to
and
often
eliminate
skip
them.
over this connection.
Good luck, 47.
But by Nietzsche's own admission, he saw Emerson as a spiritual brother. When commenting on a series written by Emerson, Nietzsche once said, "I have never felt so much at home in a book." While we can't really credit Nietzsche with the core idea of man surpassing mankind, his version is certainly the most significant incarnation. Of course, it is the one we are discussing here. To do this, we first try to dissect the word itself. The latter part of the word, mensch, translates into English pretty easily. It is a person, human. The Uber creates issues in this context. Uber translates as over, above, beyond. So we would have above human, or something to that effect. But Nietzsche's Übermensch is human. He is in a way super. So many scholars have chosen to translate the word as Superman. This worked reasonably well for a time. It describes a human who has transcended the existing version of humankind. But the Superman comic book character eventually became immensely.
Would you mind looking into what that was?
Confusion,
Oh,
academics
sure.
switched the English translation to Overman, which works, but really doesn't say much in itself as a word. To native
I need
English
help!
speakers,
Someone,
it's
please,
very
help
helpful.
me!
Ultimately, the word Übermensch is a German word, and I think we should just accept that. Certainly, I see no reason why it's related. Nietzsche's earliest incarnation of this concept seems to be found in an essay he wrote called On Moods in 1874. In this essay, he discusses the idea of elevated mood, being very reductive, a sort of natural high, something beyond our contemporary understanding of a good mood, certainly. In this work, he says that most people encounter these moods in durations of minutes and exist in a perpetual oscillation between high and low.
Go check that out.
There exists a possibility that one can live entirely and permanently in this elevated state. History, Nietzsche ultimately admits, provides no actual example of this.
Excellent work, 47. You've spread fear within the
Nietzsche reached
syndicate.
the conclusion of Übermensch with his work thus spoke to Zarathustra. This is written in the first-person perspective of a titular character who is an all-seeing prophet. Against Nietzsche's belief that religion was dead and humanity's moral compass, Zarathustra
Well done,
provided a
47.
new roadmap.
This will surely be a blow to the syndicate. Return to the safe house. Collect yourselves. I'll be in touch.
Expo.
Dickaman, what is this? Did you do this? Did you do this?
هذا ندشامه يونبا
Thus spoke Zarathustra. Nietzsche expresses that mankind has great untapped potential. He says man in his present state, weighed down by his bad conscience, is truly a sick animal. Perhaps the condition is like pregnancy, a sickness heavy with future possibility. Man is such incomplete transitional creature that it almost seems as if nature had some future plans for him, as if man were not an end, but only a way, an episode of which a great but his framing does well to describe the concept. It is a destination that humanity can reach by collectively reassessing morals, methodology, and our definition of progress. Mankind in its present form is an obstacle that we must all overcome. History's mightiest figures, Caesar, Da Vinci, Napoleon, all fell short of the Uberman, according to Nietzsche. While admirable, they too were to be destroyed and left in their proper place of obsolescence. In his time, there were a few sensibilities that Nietzsche rejected. One was nihilism, the belief that basically life has no...
Excellent work back there, 47. Let me know when you're ready to continue. I'll be waiting.
As a nihilist, and surface-level understanding of his work also points to that conclusion. This is one of the great, unfortunate, and probably unintentional tricks that Nietzsche performed. It is easy to read his work and find only negativity and hope. In fact, the opposite is true. Nietzsche declared that the only way to destroy nihilism was to go through it, to embrace it in some sense, to use nihilism, to move past nihilism. By doing so, we can make life into a beautiful life in space.
a PS5 too hot.
We could find and insert true fulfillment, individualistic, unique happiness that was not bound to the